Hey everybody, it's Mage Captain Gilshanks, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Platinum. We were told to go back and see our mother, so we're now going to talk to her and let her know that we're going to go on a journey. So yes, we are 10 years old, and we are leaving, and we are going to be nomads. Welcome home, Gilshanks. Are you and your Pokemon healthy? Take a quick rest, dear. So, much like a Pokemon Center, you can actually go home, and the mother actually heals the Pokemon. I think I went over this already, so I probably shouldn't have to do that again. What is it, Gilshanks? Wow, Professor Rowan asked you to do something that big? Okay, dear, go for it. Your mom's got your back. Oh, I know, Gilshanks. I've got something useful that you'll find. I totally read that backwards. Hey, that's how you can tell I'm getting really tired of this dialogue now. That's a journal. It keeps a record of your daily events. Check it, and you'll be able to remember what you did last. Gee, a journey full of adventure. I envy you, kiddo. Plus, you're not alone. You have your Pokemon with you. I wish I can go into... Gee, my god, alright. I think we're getting into, like, some serious, like, repressed issues here. I'm just joking, dear. Yup, Gilshanks. I'll be alright by myself, so you go and enjoy your adventure. When you're exposed to new things and experience new sensations, it makes your mother happy too. But come back sometimes. I would like to see the kinds of Pokemon you've caught, dear. Excuse me, is my little Fiery here? Oh, no, he's not. Oh, then he must have left already. What to do? That boy shouted about going on an adventure, and then he bolted. He's so headstrong and reckless. I at least wanted him to take this. Not to worry, Gilshanks will deliver that to him. Won't you, Gilshanks? Oh, really? You do that for me? Gilshanks, please take this to Fiery for me. Come on now, Fiery. You just up and leave, and now I gotta go look for you, and I gotta, like, freaking chase you down and give you the parcel, and there's always a parcel delivered to somebody in these games. Bye-bye, Gilshanks. Enjoy your adventure. Let me think. Knowing my boy, he would probably head straight to Jubilife City. Okay, please take that to Fiery. I couldn't have butchered that dialogue any worse if I had tried. Anyway, we are finally done with the dialogue, at least for a little while. Well, I shouldn't say that because it is coming back. So now that we've taken care of all of that, and we have a healed up Turtwig, who, by the way, I want to mention that he's at level 10 now, and I've also managed to get him to learn Absorb. I think he learns at either level 8 or 9. Now, the reason why I leveled him up to 10 is because we're going to have a battle coming up that actually could be difficult if you haven't caught other Pokemon already. And, due to my type constraints, I am not going to be able to catch any of those Pokemon for quite a while. So we are going to go to the right, and I don't know why I insisted on going to the left. Okay, we are back, and hopefully we won't have too many interruptions, although from the Final Fantasy days, I'm kind of used to that sort of a thing. Alright, so now we are making our way back into Sandgem Town, although there's actually nothing to do here this time, so we can finally go straight up, and we are going to head to Route 202. Now, there's not really anything of interest we can catch here, just yet anyway. It's a lot of Bidoofs, and there's Starly and Kricketot, and I'm going to go over exactly what Kricketot is if we actually manage to find one. Well, probably not, though, because I'm recording this in the daytime, and Kricketot only shows up in the morning and at night. Gilshanks, do you know how to catch a Pokemon? Yes, I do. You know what? I'm going to let it play out, but I'm not really going to go over it because I'm going to go over how to catch Pokemon myself. See how goofy that sprite looks? He's got, like, this very oddly shaped hat and the facial expression. This is why I didn't want to choose the male sprite. I didn't want to see that every time. Alright, so as you can see, Lucas has the Piplup because we chose Turtwig and the rival chooses Chimchar. The professor's assistant is always going to get that third Pokemon. So I am actually going to speed through this because I'll show you guys how to catch a Pokemon for real for anyone who actually needs to know. And we don't need a silly tutorial like this in order to do it. And that's how it's done. Oh, I totally gave... Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot his voice. Actually, I should lower that target's HP some more, man. Yup, the important thing is to lower the Pokemon's HP as much as possible, dude. See, a healthy Pokemon isn't easy to catch. Okay, they also get easier to catch if you make one of your Pokemon put them to sleep or such. So here, Gilshanks, I'll give you 5 Pokeballs to get you started. Obtain the Pokeballs. Gilshanks put the Pokeballs in the Pokeball's pocket. I love that. I wish I could have like an actual narrator, like say all that stuff. Like, I think I'm gonna do that from this point forward. If you have lots of Pokemon with you, man, you'll be able to travel farther. That way, I'll have a better shot at meeting more Pokemon. See you around. Alright, so now that we are done with that, we are going to go to the left and hopefully not have to deal with too much dialogue on the way. I'm going to sneak by ever so slightly and woo! Now, this is our first regular trainer battle that is not necessarily a rival. So, if you cross his path at any point, if you actually, like, step within his eyesight, he's going to see you and initiate a battle. You're a Pokemon trainer, so am I! Alright, met, so battle we must! That's a horrible voice, I do apologize for that. Anyway, So, we are challenged by youngster Tristan. Oh, God.
I should have given him this voice. I should have given him the Turtwig voice, seeing as how he's youngster Tristan, though.
And this is a Starly, by the way. This is sort of like that standard normal flying type that you would see in every Pokemon game. This is a tradition that started with Pidgey in the original Red and Blue and carried over into 2nd Gen. In 3rd Gen, there was Tailo. And in this game, it is Starly. Starly evolved into Staraptor eventually, which is like this, you know, almost dinosaur-like giant bird Pokemon. And it's you know, it's got pretty good stats. I don't really know offhand what it's special for. I might flash it on screen when I get a chance to look it up later. But seeing as how nobody really picked flying, there was like 3 votes for flying in the, you know, 2 episodes ago, so I guess I'm not gonna have a flyer, so I guess I'm gonna have to run everywhere later on in the game. God! Thanks a lot, guys! No, I'm just kidding. But in any case, we're going to go to the right now. And over here we have yet another trainer. So I'm not really sure if I'm gonna speed through a lot of these yet. I know I'm probably gonna skip over most random encounters, unless I actually want to show off a new Pokemon, but I knew that trainers would have Starly, so I didn't really feel the need to actually show that in the wild. Starly, by the way, can be available in pretty much almost every route in this game. Starly is extremely common, much like Bidoof, and much like Kricketot at certain times of the day. I'm sure someone will have a Kricketot at some point soon. So I'm actually going to show off Absorb, because this is a Grass-type move. Now, Grass-type moves are strong against Water types, and they are strong against Rock and Ground types as well. We're not going to see too many of those here, but we are going to see them probably in the next couple towns or so. In the meantime, I just wanted to show you what Absorb does. Basically, it will actually restore some of your own HP by absorbing a portion of the opponent's HP. I think it's around like 10%. I could be off about that, but I'll probably look it up later and flash that on screen as well. I should probably look things up more often before I actually start recording. That way I don't have to worry about all this stuff later. So, yes, I'm going to be skipping over most random encounters. I'm not really sure yet about trainer battles, though. I might actually keep those in. It really depends on, like, how frequent they become. They're not going to be that frequent early on, though, so that's why I'm not too worried about that just yet. And I think this might actually be, like, the last one, or there might be one after this, so it's all fine and good, so nice. I gotta give you guys a heads up, though. Sephiroth is going to be by himself for a while, you know, as we go and chase after Genova, because we're not really going to be able to catch anything for a while. Now, there is an electric-type Pokemon that's pretty early in the game, and a couple of you guys already mentioned it in the comments. But the thing is, I'm really just not crazy about this particular Pokemon. So we are going to go for a much better electric type. In fact, you guys are still going to have a choice between 3 of them, and they're going to be much better. I will mention that Pokemon once it becomes available. Now, what I like to do is, when possible, I don't like stepping into their line of vision, so I like just sort of battling them on my own. Now, if I remember correctly, this guy might have a Kricketot, so that at least I can show that off without having to show it off in the wild. So we are being challenged by youngster Logan, and youngster Logan sent out a Burmy. Okay, Burmy is, I believe, a grass-type Pokemon, and possibly Bug, too. If I'm wrong about that, I'll flash it on screen. There's a lot I really don't remember, necessarily. But, Burmy is not really all that good, stat-wise. It has, like, it's one of those Pokemon that has, like, a few different forms to it, but it's not really my favorite. I've never actually had one on my team. I've never really cared to. So, we're going to finish this off real quick. I was really hoping that one of these trainers would have a Kricketot, so at least I could show that off, seeing as how Kricketot is actually available in this area, but since that's not the case, let's just take out our rage and our frustration and our anger against this little Burmy and just make it faint. So, Sephiroth gained 64 experience, except for the fact that it would have been awesome if they actually put Final Fantasy VII on the Nintendo 64, but they couldn't do that because they needed the extra space. Nintendo really didn't want to upgrade to the disc system. They kind of stuck with the cartridges, which it has its advantages and disadvantages, but my god, for the handhelds, they're still sticking with the cartridges, man. It's like, get with the times. Even the PSP had discs. Sony has never used cartridges. It's freaking nuts, man. Is this gonna be that LP where I just start talking about random stuff along the way? Okay, well, oh, we have one more trainer here. Maybe this is the guy with the Kricketot. Now, let's sneak up on this item over here. It looks like a Pokeball. For whatever reason, I never really understood why every item in this game comes inside a Pokeball. Pokeballs are supposed to be used for Pokemon, but yet they label all the items as Pokeballs. Now, in Gen 1, you kind of had limited sprites. I can understand that. But by now, it's something they really should have fixed, unless they're doing it for a tradition's sake. Now, let's see if this is actually a trainer. Some Pokemon only appear in the morning. Some only come out at night. I'll keep looking until I've seen them all. Now, he's referring to Kricketot. If I am unable to find a Kricketot anytime soon, just to show him off to you guys, then I will record another video in the morning or at night, because the DS does have a clock system, and this game does have a day-to-night feature. This is the reason why it says daytime view in the border that you're looking at right now, because when I actually do record at night, I'm eventually going to start doing that, and at that point, I'm going to have a different background to sort of reflect that. Hey, Gilshakes, how many Pokemon have you caught? Huh? I think you should get some more. Well, screw you, dude. I'm waiting for the good ones.
Might be more of a challenge raising a lot of Pokemon, but it's worth it. The more Pokemon you have, the happier you'll be. Hey, that's right. Don't you think it's better to know more about Pokemon? Sure it is. There's this great place for that. Come on, it's alright, follow me.
For a while, it's going to be like this when we go to new towns, but trust me, it's not always going to be like this, and there are a lot of new towns.
That guy, what's he doing over there?
Oh my god. Worst ninja ever! No, I'm just kidding, that's Naruto. What? How did you know? How did you unmask me as a member of the International Police?
What? Are you kidding? I was just making small talk.
You claim you were only making conversation, do you? But I know better not to believe that. No, no, no. You recognized me right away, that I was someone extraordinary. That is why you spoke to me, is it not? Your power of observation is fearsome. Quite admirable you are. Now that my cover has been blown, let me introduce myself. I am a globe-trotting elite of the International Police. My name, no, I shall inform you only of my codename. My codename is Looker. It is what they call me. It is what they call me. Incidentally, is the saying, don't be a thief, familiar to you? Yes, that is correct. Taking what belongs to others is wrong. Unfortunately, there are apparently those who do not heed these words. In Sinnoh, in fact, there are criminals stealing the Pokemon of others. I have, therefore, been on the lookout for characters arousing my suspicion. Oh boy. Incidentally, you are trainers, yes? Perhaps you can make use of this. Okay, so the versus recorder has absolutely nothing to do with this character. For whatever reason, he just gives you the versus recorder. And basically what it does is it lets you actually record a match. Now, I realize that there's actually no need for that, seeing as how I'm recording this entire gameplay footage. But even so, it's, you know, it's sort of like an in-game feature, and it helps you, like, it's cool, like, if you're actually battling with another person in real life, and you could actually record that match and then check it out later if you want to watch how you kicked their ass, you know, a few times. I've done that a couple times. I obtained it because it's quite popular these days. But myself, I do not do Pokemon battling very often. It'll be in better hands with you. I cannot read dialogue for anything today, man. Also, I have a request. If you were to see me again, I ask that you do not talk to me, for I am on duty. Actually, yes, you may speak to me. You must. Not because I am lonely. No. You must inform me of bad guys. You must inform me of any happenings. Okay, now that we are done with the creepy guy. I got a couple minutes left. Working for the International Police sounds hard. Gilshanks, here we are. This is the trainer's school. The name says it all. Your pal Fiery went in earlier. He might still be studying in there. Okay, see you around. I know, that guy's gonna have the most inconsistent voice ever. So this is the trainer school. We're going to go in here first, and there are a couple things we can actually do in here, and then I'm going to show you around the town a little bit. So, we are not going to take part in much of what goes on here at the trainer school, because it's a lot of stuff I'm already going to show you later on, though. There's a couple books you can read, like this one, and there's a couple people you can talk to, and they're basically going to explain, like, you know, what types are strong against what other types, and what types are weak against other types, and how the move sets work, and a lot of mechanics that I'm just going to go over myself, you know, periodically as they become more relevant. So in the meantime, first thing you want to do is come over here and pick up this X attack. Yes, I actually remembered that it was an X attack. I'm not going to remember what all the items are, but early on I have a pretty good idea. So now, before we talk to our rival, I would like to come down here, and a lot of people don't actually know this because it's very easy to skip over, but these are actually two trainers you can battle. The only difference is that here you actually have to talk to them in order to initiate that battle. Yeah, okay, stop talking to me. I'm antisocial. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I do want to talk to the rival, though, because that's how you move forward in the game. Hey, Gilshanks, did you come to study too? I went ahead and memorized everything that was up on the blackboard. After all, it's the trainer's job to avoid having their precious Pokemon hurt in battle, right? So, Gilshanks, what brings you, huh? You got something for me? So, we delivered the parcel to Fiery. And what is this? Score! It's a town map! Huh? Why are there two in here? I like it a lot, but I don't need two. Here, Gilshanks, you take one. So because of that, we were rewarded inadvertently with a town map. So now we can actually look at the town map and sort of like map out our progress. Oh god, that was so hard. Oh god, yeah, I deserve to be punched for that one. Okay, anyway, we're gonna stop that now. And I don't have any interest in talking to you anymore. So right now the rival is talking to us about Orberg City, which is gonna be where our first gym is. Usually the goal of any Pokemon game or any main Pokemon game is to go and challenge the 8 gyms throughout the region and collect badges by defeating each of the gym leaders. So our first gym is going to be in Orberg City, but we can't actually go there because we have a douchebag talking to us right now. Oh! You call yourself a Pokemon trainer and yet you have no Pokétch? That is Pokemon Watch, or Pokétch for short. Oh my, you are a rare case indeed. You see, I invented and now manufacture Pokétches. Not only that, I am now conducting the Pokétch promotional campaign. All you have to do is find 3 clowns in Jubilife City. If you can find them, I will gift you with a Pokétch. Okay, so we're going to do this real quick, because I really don't want this video to go on that much longer. So first things first, your first clown that he was referring to is up here. Hi, I'm a Pokétch campaign clown. Let me roll out my question. I don't even remember what the question was, but truth be told, the answer is yes to every single one of them, so you don't even actually need to look at the question all that much. Okay, so that's coupon number 3. Now, if I remember correctly, coupon number 2 should actually be towards the left here, and that's where you're going to find the second clown. Okay, now, just like Pokemon types, the moves of Pokemon also have types. Correct, yes, and in fact, the types of the moves determine whether or not it's going to be super effective, not necessarily of the Pokemon. The type of the Pokemon is more of a receiving factor. In other words, it determines whether or not your Pokemon is going to receive, you know, a lot of damage or a little bit of damage, this and the other thing. The types of the move have to do more so with the offense. So in other words, a grass-type Pokemon could learn a water-type move, let's say, hypothetically, and it will deal water damage, even though your Pokemon is a grass-type. The grass-type Pokemon is based more so on the damage it's going to receive. So now we're going to go down here and talk to our last clown. I don't remember exactly where he is, but, well, he's not down here, I guess. Jesus Christ. Okay, the last guy is right over here. He is in between the Poké Center and the Pokémart of this town, so let's go and talk to him real quick. Okay, what is your question? Does a Pokemon grow by defeating others and gaining experience points? Correct. This is true. So it's easy to remember, just hit yes 3 times. You don't even need to read the damn questions. I'm doing it for the sake of the Let's Play. Okay, good. So now we have our Pokétch coupon. Alrighty then, let's talk to this guy and let's see our reward. Okay, let me count your coupons. I'll use the Pokétch here. 1, 2, 3. Bravo, I say bravo! In return for these coupons, I present you with this Pokemon watch. In other words, he presents us with something that'll actually make our bottom screen useful finally. We now have the Pokétch, which gives us the time, and this is actually only a couple minutes off on my end. So yes, it is now actually 56 p.m. And, yeah, so this is kind of like our watch. It has a few apps. For example, you can hit up on the damn thing if it actually loads. And this shows our Pokemon. This is our Turtwig right now at the bottom here. And if you go over here, we've got a step counter. Now, the step counter might seem kind of useless, but it's actually useful later on when we start hatching eggs. I don't know if I'm really going to do that in this Let's Play, but I will at least go over what it's used for. And the the step counter is going to be very useful for that. So also we have a calculator, which is probably not very useful. And that's about it for now. We're going to obtain more apps for the Pokétch as we go on. So thank you guys for watching. In the next episode of Let's Play Pokemon Platinum, we are going to move on from Jubilife City and head towards Oreburgh City, where we're going to find our first gym. And it's very possible that we'll be catching our next Pokemon in that episode, depending on what you guys want to vote for. See you guys next time!